Bomb. Welcome, guys. Paris Saint Germain. They aren't playing around. Paris Saint Germain aren't playing around. So, what can we take away from this? Everything possible. Paris Saint Germain aren't playing around, and we saw this in this game. I mean, beautiful. It was such a beautiful game to watch from the attacking. What a attacking display from our front three. But yeah, hopefully Mbappe's. Hey yo,
Yay!
what's up?
I'm good. Hold on one second.
Yeah,
Get myself together. Okay. Hey, what's up?
yo. As you can see, I'm very happy right now. Very delighted that
Yeah.
there's that much joy I can get from PSG at the moment. But I think this is the maximum amount of joy I can get apart from Pochettino or Leonardo leaving.
I mean, didn't it give you like flashbacks of like PSG versus was it Troy, whatever? I
The
think
eight
what it was.
8-2, Zlatan
It was
scoring like 4 goals.
it was like 9. It was 9-0, I think.
Yeah.
It was something wild. It gave me flashbacks of that a little bit. Not quite the same, but yeah. Oh my
When
god.
PSG were like unstoppable, they weren't scared of any team. And but would you even say this was a good PSG performance? Because I wouldn't say so.
No, not at all. Our midfield needs some help. It needed changes a
Immediate.
lot sooner because look at when we were up by 1 point after Clermont scored that one goal, there was a point where we were really like all over the place, especially towards the end of the first half.
Yeah.
And then at some point in the second half, we were looking real dodgy in the middle, misplaced passes. Didn't know what it looked chaotic.
Yeah. But for me, the big difference between this game and I mean the rest of our games is the finishing. I mean, we finished every chance we had.
Not every chance, but it
Yeah,
really,
but
yeah.
if you
Oh
compare
my
it to the
god.
other games, uh, comments are what a second half from Paris Saint Germain, and I expected this from the start of the season, and yeah, I feel the same. I expected this Eminem trio to be banging like this, but it took time. But hopefully Mbappe stays. If Mbappe stays, we can get in a good manager, good sporting director. Who knows? But we need to think right now about the moment, about this game, and Michut coming on. I was surprised. Were you surprised?
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of disappointed that he waited until we were up like by 5 goals for him to come on. Like that kind of pissed me off. We really could have put him in a little bit sooner. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he said in his press conference before the game that he would play the youngsters this game, and yeah, Pochettino can never be wrong. He's always right. Cruel saying, "I have a feeling he's staying." About Mbappe, I mean, what has really changed from after the Real Madrid game, where we as PSG fans and every other football fan were like, "All right, Mbappe's leaving," until now? What has really changed?
His image rights. That's the only like reason why French press was talking about oh he might stay is because Real Madrid won't give him his image rights. Other than that, I don't see any difference from before. He might
Yeah,
still leave.
I mean, I have thought about like a lot of media are saying, "Oh, there's slight chance Mbappe will stay," and all this. Is this maybe just Mbappe waiting on seeing how hungry Real Madrid are after him. Maybe they're giving him a bigger contract. Maybe, as you said, the image right thing. They will let Mbappe has his image rights and so on. Is that what Mbappe is doing? He's just waiting to get a better deal, or is he really waiting because he really has a question mark on if he's gonna stay at Paris Saint-Germain or move on to Real Madrid?
Okay, so I feel like Mbappe is gonna torture us for the whole summer because I think for on the PSG end of things, I read somewhere that he's waiting for, like good signings or like something to make his judgment on, like if it satisfies him or not.
Yeah.
Something about the project and stuff. But on Real Madrid's side, there was also stuff talking about, money, image rights or whatever. That's how I see it. I think he's trying to see what both of the clubs can do about what he put on the table for them to do, like kind of like homework.
Mm.
Yeah. But I think he's leaning towards leaving. I think he has been for a long time. He's been dropping several hints, so I'm not going to get my hopes up.
Yeah. True. True. Uh, we got a comment here. I low-key feel Mbappe will resign if they keep doing this. Do you feel that if PSG continue on beating teams, it will change something in Mbappe's head? You talked about him waiting for signings. Will the results affect his decision?
I don't know. I don't know. One doesn't know what goes through Mbappe's head. Um, Maybe it might make him a little bit more optimistic. I think maybe his issue is probably with the board itself and like maybe they need to do improvements.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might make him feel happy for the last few months. I
Mm.
think he's leaving. I'm not even going to entertain the thought.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I've already put in my head he's leaving to Real Madrid. Then if he stays, it's just positive vibes. And if he leaves, I have accepted it. I'm not surprised by it. But we got AM10 here. Welcome, bro.
Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good, man, good. Nice game, right?
So
6-1.
yeah. So we got our Messi fan in here. Let us talk a bit about Messi. What do you think about his performance today?
A good performance, but we really need a goal, honestly.
Yeah, but I said
Even
in
though
the
we,
stream, I
even though
want
we
him
had
to
a
score against Marseille. I want
yeah, I
him to
think
score against Marseille.
next week, right?
Yeah.
I hope so too, because even though he's got a hat trick of assists, it's good, but we still need that goal. We needed at least one goal. But yeah, it's a good game.
But the thing is, even if Messi scores or assists, Poch is still the problem.
True, that's
Every
true.
time I see Messi on the right wing, on the right side, close to the touchline, I'm like, why? Who is telling him to go there? And some people in the chat told me that he recently had an interview with a close friend, and he said that he doesn't know what Pochettino wants him to do.
Yeah, that's true. But it's also the problem of Neymar and Mbappe. Mbappe likes to play at the left winger side.
Yeah.
So if he had to do that, Neymar should go to the right. But I know Neymar's never played at the right. At least for Barcelona, he has never really played that side. So if you're gonna look at the positioning, Messi is the most obvious one to play on the right side. But like today was a little bit different because Hakimi was playing like a right winger today. Because Pajman had like from the 30th minute, they were playing with three at the back with Danilo, thus making it possible for Hakimi to function at the right side. So Messi had the ability to
Yeah.
at the center of the midfield. So maybe that's an option. But yeah, obviously the tactics of Poch is really a problem, and it's been a problem. Also, the substitutes. Like I haven't talked about with you about the Madrid game, but after the Donnarumma mistake, Pochettino wasn't playing bad. It was the moment when Paredes was out, the
Yeah.
game completely shifted. And whose fault was it? It was the fault of Poch.
For me, the thing is
Tactical
with
mistakes.
Paredes, for me, the thing with Paredes, I can still see some logical stuff to it. I mean, it was his first game in maybe 3-4 weeks. Plus, he had a yellow card. But if you're gonna substitute him out, make something change in other players that can have a similar role or change the team a bit, not just
Yeah.
put in guy who
We have
has
to
zero
look
ball
at
control, zero press resistance,
if you
and
see the goal,
expect him to bomb.
the second goal, I think it was third goal. It was a result of a defensive mistake of Guy, the one where Neymar lost ball. Guy should have defended that goal, but he didn't because he's similar to Ronaldo. They both don't know how to play football. Simple as that. They don't. They just act. They fit more in Hollywood than in Paris. Let's be honest.
Yo, listen, you have to
Big problem.
respect. You have to respect my favorite player at Paris Saint-Germain,
Donkey.
the donkey,
Bye.
Jorginho Wijnaldum. I mean, he came in like played 30 minutes, but still Mitroot in like 6 minutes did more than him.
He was terrible. He was actually terrible. I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm always afraid when Poch makes midfield subs. Like, seriously, because you know what's about to come. And one of them is not better than the other. I
Yeah,
can't wait until summer. Yeah.
it's just the same.
so why did Di Maria not play? I'd rather have Di Maria in the midfield than Guy or
I think he's
Ronaldo.
injured.
He's
Is it?
He
injured.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he didn't
injured.
Oh, yeah,
train.
he's
Yeah,
injured
yeah,
since
yeah.
the international break. I remember. All right.
Yeah, when he came back, I
But
think he missed training.
let's say he's back. Let's say we have Messi, Neymar, Mbappe in the attack. I'd rather see Di Maria in the midfield than Guy or Ronaldo or whatever. Because Di Maria back
But
in Madrid, when he played Madrid 2013-14, the season, he was playing pretty good in midfield. But since then, he's not really played in the function of a midfielder, more as a right winger. But I genuinely believe that he could do more good, the midfield, than every other midfielder, bare Paredes and Verratti.
listen. If you want to play four attackers,
No,
it's not that hard. Yeah,
not four. Just three midfielders. Di Maria is a midfielder.
yeah. If we're gonna play him there,
Yeah.
there's only one thing that needs to be added, and that's another world-class midfielder. Because if he's gonna play there, you need more defensive players. You have Verratti, but then you need someone else. Danilo, Guy, Wijnaldum. It's emptiness in that midfield, and we've seen it even against Clermont for the goal. It's that hole in the midfield. They don't know where to be, and so that's why I wouldn't even try it. I mean, against Marseille last time, we played with Di Maria, Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, all in the same game, but it didn't work out. We didn't score a single goal. So I get your point, but I mean, it's Pochettino. He plays the most unriskiest football of all time.
Yeah, that's true. But what if, let's say, we have a trio, let's say Neymar, Mbappe, we have a midfield of, I don't know, Verratti, Danilo, and Di Maria. What do you think of that instead of Guy or Ronaldo? Di Maria in there as a midfielder.
I would try it, but I would rather play Mitroot. Why?
Yeah.
He's a natural midfielder. He's very young, come from the academy, very hungry. I mean, Di Maria's is a player. If you look at all the reports, he's probably gonna leave in the summer. So why not instead play Mitroot, who I already think is clear of Wijnaldum, with no
Yeah,
experience.
I've seen it today.
What he did in that game, those
played good.
simple
He played good.
passes. Yeah, simple passes.
And progressive. That's what something Germain really needs. Progressive midfielders.
Yeah, I got a
Not
comment
players who just
about.
side pass or back pass like Ronaldo.
Yeah, I got a comment from it during this team. It's that our centre backs, they don't do these through passes between the lines. But I said yes, but that's because of the midfield, because they always are on Verratti, and then you can't pass a hard pass to Danilo or Guy. They will lose the ball.
True.
So the midfield problem. I mean, PSG have had a wing back problem for so long. We have fixed that in such a good way. Now it's the midfield, it's the manager, it's the sporting director. Don't go after an attacker. Even if Mbappe leaves, try to get someone for cheap, or let it. Think about that
Develop young
after.
talents. Just like Barcelona did with Pedri. We had a
I mean-
problem in midfield for a year. Then we just put in some random midfielders like Pedri. And it worked out pretty well. Because we gave them the chance.
Yeah, I mean, the only hardest thing is that if you really look at youngsters, the hardest position is maybe striker.
True.
Even Barcelona, who
Yeah.
have produced a lot of young talents recently, no striker. No striker.
No striker indeed.
Yeah, same for PSG. I can't think of a club that has produced a young striker. from their
We
academy.
do. Isn't Calamundo one of them?
Yeah,
He's
but
not
I think
with us
yeah, I think
though.
he's more of a winger. No,
He can. I think he can do both.
but I'm talking about like a natural number 9.
Oh, no, he's not.
It's those
Yeah.
small clubs. It's most of the times it's those small clubs that develop young strikers. If you look at strikers like Suarez, Benzema, I know Benzema. I think he was from Lyon.
Yeah.
Leon, yeah.
All right, but most of the strikers, Lewandowski, they just come from amateur clubs, pretty bad. Maybe probably at another position, maybe defender. Then they just go to
Hmm.
striker, low type team, then develop as a striker, become better. So yeah, that's in the professional clubs. There's a problem with developing natural strikers, and I haven't seen. I cannot think of a club that has developed a good young striker at the moment.
Yeah.
I really can.
What has really changed with PSG's finishing recently? I mean, if you take that Mbappe 5th goal, his hat-trick goal.
Yeah, it's good finishing, right?
I mean, Messi finds Mbappe so many times. Him and Neymar on their left side.
True.
Messi drifts inside. So unlucky to not get a goal. He even got one, but ruled out offside. But still 2 assists. I mean, we shouldn't be craving for more. We have watched so many games where Messi has gotten 0 assists, 0 goals. Let's be happy for 3 assists.
Yeah, that's
I
a
mean,
weird step.
I mean,
Mm.
both him and Mbappe can break the assist record in Liga
Di
and this
Maria.
season. I think Di Maria has
Yeah,
it
Di Maria
for
has
18 or
18.
20 assists.
18.
18.
Yeah.
Mbappe maybe
But
has
I don't think
14.
Mbappe is going to break it because in the next game, especially against Marseille, teams that he's gonna take Marseille and some club fourth. I don't know the name, but I think Mbappe is going to be more strike in those games, not really as a playmaker, because as against a team like Clermont, you can pretty much just do everything you want. You can play as a playmaker, you can even defend. But when in games like top tier teams, you really have to stick to your old position. In this case, I think Mbappe is going to fulfill the striker position. So, but maybe Messi can do it because he needs, I don't know, five assists, I think, to break it.
Yeah.
6
But
games.
for me, the rest of the games, I want us to come to mathematically win the league as soon as possible, because what I've read is that most of the big changes, especially in the dressing room upstairs, will happen as soon as we mathematically win the league, so it doesn't disturb it.
Oh yeah, get Poch out
So
as soon as
if
possible.
we win our remaining 3 games, we may. The thing with Pochettino is PSG want another club to take him, because then we don't have to pay Poch 20 million to sack him. We can just mutually.
But it's almost impossible right now with Man United appointing Den Haag.
Yeah, I mean, what club would want him?
I don't know. Maybe
Prince,
Real Madrid. I don't know. Maybe.
Princess,
About Di Maria. What do you think about Di Maria leaving the club?
Mm.
I mean, if you have to be honest, hasn't been that good this season. There are reasons to it, but if we take that Nice game, for example, where Neymar created 2 goal scoring opportunities and he missed both very badly, but has still been good with Argentina.
Yeah, that's the
But
point. He's been pretty good with Argentina, and otherwise, I know Parisiens would like to appoint a good winger, but which good winger would want to go to Parisiens to be a backup winger? Because let's be honest, Messi, Mbappe,
yeah,
and Neymar. In case of Neymar or Mbappe staying, those 3 are going to start for next season.
yeah,
So
that's why
let's say an Anthony
youngsters.
or Rafinha.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be someone on the come up.
Yeah, exactly. They won't just go to
Yeah.
a club and be a backup striker while being world class.
But PSG has the tendency to look for those types of players, and then it becomes overcrowded. Like right now with Di Maria, who's still capable. Like he's not bad. He's not
Yeah, he's a good
really
backup.
declining. Yeah, but like, is there any space for him now? Would you
Personally,
play him over any of
I'd
those
say
three?
yes. I'd say as a backup, yes.
Who?
Exactly.
Di
As a
Maria.
backup, does he want to be
No,
one?
yes, as a backup, perfectly. But he seems to be kind of shit. But once again, Poch can make everyone look shit, even Messi. So I genuinely believe that if Look at this on this Scaloni, Argentina. When Messi's not there, Di Maria plays like a true leader. He's pretty good. But when in the team of Pochettino, it's a different case. Not only for Di Maria, for Messi, Mbappe, Neymar, for the rest of the squad. So I wouldn't agree with the decision to let him leave. But if it's for a new project, new wingers, upcoming wingers, then I'd say yeah, you could. Not a bad decision. But you need to have a tight sporting project, because otherwise you won't do it as good as you want to. You're not gonna get UCL title.
Yeah, but here at PSG, we don't worry anymore about the UEFA Champions League title. I won that league and Uber Eats title.
Yeah, that's they already won actually. They're not gonna choke it. I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah,
Choke. They have to lose at least I don't know how many games.
yeah, against Marseille, because now we played Lorient, and Clermont, two 16th, 17th place teams.
Yeah.
Now we're coming up against Marseille. We're sitting second in the league. It's Le Classique. It's at Parc des Princes. I want to see us still score at least 3 goals against them, and Eminem destroying their defense. I want to see that, because yeah, it's not the best teams we're playing against.
They don't have the best defense, right? They don't even have the best.
No, Marseille. Either they win 4-0 or they lose 4-0.
Mm.
They don't lose 4-0. They just lose. I think somewhere their defense kind of goes to sleep.
No, it's their formation they play. They play like 3-7-2, some weird football.
But I will say it has worked for them decently so far. I mean, this is probably better than whatever last season was for them.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's shit. I'm just saying it's risky. And if we can beat that...
But one thing I can assure you, Sampaoli does not know any tactics. If you've seen the World Cup 2018 when he coached Argentina, it was a mess. Completely a mess. Just kind of like, it just fully depends on individual quality. For his case, it's like Payet, I think, right?
Yes. Payet, yeah.
It's like a donkey versus donkey tactic game. Or you can say a gambling game.
When we played them at in Marseille, yeah, like honestly, Marseille should have won that game, the Classique in October. They should have won that game. We were down 10 men. They had so many chances, and
there was a Polish striker, right? The Polish striker scored.
Yeah, Milik.
Yeah, right.
Did he score?
Oh,
no, it was offside.
It was offside.
It was offside.
And Neymar also scored.
Offside. It was 0-0.
Oh, that was the game when Messi was substituted, right? In 70th minute.
Who?
I think
Neymar was substituted.
Messi.
No, Messi was substituted against Lyon.
Oh, Lyon. Oh, it's Lyon. All right.
No, Neymar was substituted in against Marseille.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like watching Marseille not win that was absolutely like a representation of both of the coaches altogether. They really, like you said no tactics. I wouldn't go as far as saying no tactics, but I'm just saying they don't take opportunities that they should have taken.
It's a different league.
I guess.
You brought up the argument that Mbappe wants to see the transfers to PSG and so on if he's gonna stay, but isn't his contract ending in the beginning of the transfer window? Will he be there for our signings and so on?
Yeah, his contract could be over, but unless he doesn't sign for anyone else, I mean, he would be a free agent. He could just, I think the thing is, he has to either sign for someone else or renew his contract. He would be a free agent. Mbappe.
No.
So do you think that in the summer he's going to be a free agent and still looking at his options?
Totally.
I think he's going to leave, man, honestly. I just have this feeling that he's playing everyone just so that no Parisian fan is going to be angry from right now on. Just to wait till, I don't know, May or something. Plays last games, and he can say, "See you."
No, but I mean, after the Real Madrid game, I think that every PSG fan were like, "All right, Mbappe, if you want to leave, we get it." Because why do you want to play at a team that battles that game against Real Madrid? So
But then it was neutralized after the game, the Clasico game, the 4-0 game. There were even rumors coming out that Mbappe was thinking about playing for Barcelona after the game.
Oh my god, that's never happening.
Never.
never.
No, but
So
I think at one point when you brought up Mbappe playing everyone, I think at one point he might have seriously made his decision and decided to not, protect his image. But I think after a certain point, like with the image rights thing, I think right now he's genuinely reflecting on something. I personally think he's more likely to leave, but I do think he's actually taking a step back now a lot more. Like I think it's a lot more serious in that way. Because when you see what happened with France and their advertising and stuff and him not wanting to promote betting companies, he takes that seriously. So control over that, I don't think it would. Actually, when I think about it, I think it'll just give him more grace to Real Madrid. Clearly, our board has no morals. They are willing to give off image rights.
Yeah, and anything for him to say, anything.
But it's L'Equipe that's saying that, so you have to really not take them seriously. Like you can't take them that seriously. It's like the truth all dressed up into in something else. It's not
Yeah,
100% true, you know?
but what more can we take away from this game?
Um what more can you take away from it? Oh my god, our defense. Somebody do something. Our back line needs resuscitation. That's what it needs.
But I mean, is the problem the personnel or still the system?
I think it's part of it is a system. It's just not organized.
But
Yeah, I
then,
don't know.
I
what the
mean,
problem is? It's a problem is sometimes Hakimi and Mendes try to
Right.
do so much attack wise, so that they leave gaps in the wing, back in the wings. That's making it pretty unorganized for Ramos and Kimpembe. So I think the wingbacks should try to find a neutral position in the field, not too attackful, nor not too defensive wise.
mm,
But the backs, the center backs, they played a pretty good game. Honestly, they still lack some organizational things, but it's mostly the wing backs for me.
we got a comment here. Old Ramos is better than Kimpembe.
Yes.
I mean, that's not really a debate.
After after
I
after,
mean,
after that game in Madrid, I was like Kimpembe. He's pretty physical, but in those big games, it's like he's clueless. And it's the same, kind of the same for Marquinhos, honestly.
I would say Kimpembe is more impulsive. He makes a
Mm.
lot of irrational decisions, and sometimes it could be the difference between winning and drawing and losing. Like that's the thing that bothers me so much about his impulsive moves. It changes the game's results sometimes completely. And so I don't know. Does he have time to think? Does he think more with his body than with his mind? I don't know. I don't know what goes on. Also, I think he's emotionally motivated. Like whatever happens off the pitch affects his life, affects how he plays and stuff like that. He needs to be in a good mood and a good state for him to really give his all, like his
Yeah,
best performance.
yeah.
Hey, Marquinhos, I have no idea what happened.
No, Marquinhos needs just a rest. with him being the captain, with most pressure being on him trying to stabilize that dressing room because Pochettino isn't doing it, and the mistakes he had against Real Madrid, of course it was going to affect him. So I'm very happy he was dropped for this game. He needs a rest. He needs this summer to just know what he wants, and the club showing the love and passion they have for him. But what every time Kimpembe is brought up, the only time he was a player that I wanted to start for PSG was when we were playing a three at the back under Tuchel. I mean, even under Tuchel, before we started playing a three at the back, he wasn't good. But as soon we played the three at the back, as you said, Princess, he's a liability defensively sometimes. He takes some charges, some risks. But when you are the third centre back, it's okay to do that. But when you are in a two, you can't be taking any risks. So if Kimpembe is going to start at the club, we need to switch to a three at the back. If not, we have to find somebody else.
3 at the back is an amazing thing for everyone. That really could solve a great deal of our defensive mistakes. Because with 2 wing backs playing in a back 4, it doesn't work. Kimpembe is definitely, like, he reminds me in a sense of he reminds me of Rudiger in a sense, where you'll be fantastic at a 3 at the back, but then your
Yeah.
flaws come out in a back 4. But I think we're so used to seeing Kimpembe in a back 4 right now that we just see it as him being a liability sometimes. I don't know why Poch is so resistant. He keeps fighting the urge. Because I know he has an urge. Because when we're really down, he switches to kind of a 3 at the back.
Mm.
Sometimes. Not enough
When
in my
he has nothing to lose, he switches to a three at the back just to tease us.
That's what makes it look like sabotage. I'm not kidding. I hate putting out like thoughts like that, but that's what makes it bad. He has neutralized our attack. He has done nothing for the midfield, and he's compromised our back line. Like the whole season.
Princess, you just got a quick question here from Noah Ntwali. Thoughts on people saying PSG is the French Tottenham?
We still win titles. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's the difference.
No, but like I don't see it as Tottenham's problems is their own problems.
I'd say it's more like French Arsenal.
I agree because because the whole like there's more of a correlation there, honestly.
Win trophies, but just the European title.
Yeah,
we have the same trophy, same European Cup.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, and I mean the difference between Tottenham and Arsenal is Arsenal, they have won stuff, and recently it's mostly at the big stage where they crumble, and that's the same with PSG. Whilst Tottenham crumble against any team. I mean, how can you even compare to Tottenham to PSG? I mean, PSG was created in 1970, but still have a bigger history than Tottenham.
That's true, actually.
Don't compare us. Don't compare us.
Their owners have money too, so it's not about being broke. You can't bring that up. I don't know what's wrong with Tottenham, though.
They're playing good, actually.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of fourth.
Maggi.
They're fourth right now. They've pretty much solidified their spot today.
And Ronaldo's going to play Conference League.
If he stays,
no,
he's not going to say he's going to Sporting. I think he's going to Sporting.
No, he's joining PSG.
No, he shouldn't.
No, stop it. Don't do that to us.
37. But
no,
I heard rumors that Zidane was saying that if he wanted to coach his man, that he wants to bring Ronaldo.
I mean, I want to see a penalty kick against 20th place Saint-Étienne. I'm doing a C right here in the room. That's what I want to see. That's why I want Ronaldo to come to PSG.
Who's going to take penalties, though? Do we want to see Neymar fighting with Ronaldo over penalties?
Yeah, but
and corners.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. What about Donnarumma? What do you guys think about Donnarumma? I think Navas earns some chances at least.
No.
Donna's been he's been pretty shady. I don't know. What's the word? Pretty inconsistent.
You know what it is? How I feel about Donnarumma is like, the ugly duckling.
Yeah.
It just, like You're ugly duckling until you turn into a beautiful swan. I think Donnarumma is just transitioning into something else. He's growing. He's still young. No, but
No, it's the
he's
opposite.
No, listen, for me with Donnarumma, it's people don't understand his situation well because I watched him at Milan a lot, and the thing is, Donnarumma has switched from Milan to PSG. He has played, yes, for like 6 years, starting at AC Milan, but he never played anything big. Even in the Europa League, when they played, they went out early on, and he never played Champions League. He just came to a big team that are aiming to win the Champions League when he was before at a team that was aiming for European football.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
People are like treating Donnarumma like he was this amazing goalkeeper for so many seasons, and now he's just become shit. No, it's like it's like when Mbappe went from Monaco to PSG. It's the same thing for Donnarumma. Yes, he has played a lot in Serie A before, but nothing really big. And
But
he
you know what?
just started playing with Italy and won the Euros, and people are expecting him to be, I don't know, prime Casillas suddenly.
It's more like the problem with Donnarumma is his overconfidence because I've seen at AC Milan, he's made several mistakes similar to the one against Madrid,
Yeah,
just
Mhm.
lacking some. He needs to be real serious when he plays. Sometimes he just
mm,
thinks he's dreaming, just doing whatever he can do, and sometimes it backfires, like the game against Madrid. So I
yeah,
think he needs to mature a little bit more in this team.
yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think that making mistakes is a sign of his maturity. I see changes in how he plays
mm,
sometimes.
Yeah,
And he's only going to grow from here. It's those experiences that make you. You have to understand what he's like 22, 23 years old. He has
yeah.
time on him. He'll be fine. And he's already pretty good right now, so
yeah, he's good. Yo, top general, what a Ballon d'Or for Vini.
Eminem showing up after the Madrid test. I mean, the worst thing about that Real Madrid defeat is Real Madrid fans thinking they won the game.
They didn't even play
We
better.
lost the game. You didn't win. We lost the game. And this guy said, "What do you think if we had another shot at Real Madrid?" I mean,
I don't
if we
know.
played that game at that time 100 times, we would go through 95 times.
If Poch,
Donnarumma making that mistake,
it wasn't
Poch
even
taking out Paredes,
Donnarumma made it.
destroyed the game.
The most stupid decision in that game was not Donna playing so unserious. It was Poch getting Paredes out of the field. That's the biggest problem because you could see the difference in balance before Perez was out and after.
Yeah.
It's what
but
completely just destroyed the whole structure of the game.
to play devil's advocate on him taking Paredes out, he had another yellow. So like if we had made it through, he would have been he's trying to prevent him from like
Honestly, I'd prefer after the 1-1, I prefer Paredes risking a red card than playing Gaye for the rest of 10 minutes because Gaye is just like Ronaldo. They're not secure midfielders. They can just fumble the bag within 10 minutes, and he's done it.
Yeah.
Not only once, twice. He made two other goals when Perez was out.
Mm.
And you can see
But
the midfield of Madrid, they were being completely dominated by Perez and Verratti. Just no option, nothing. Until Perez was out, Modric got the space and everything.
yeah.
It
But
changed the
for
whole
me,
whole game.
that's for me. I don't look at those mistakes because this isn't the first time PSG have bottled a lead. We bottled it against Barcelona, against United. Yes, due to some mistakes, but for me, mostly it's about the pressure on the team because these players, every time they step up to a knockout Champions League game, it's like they're playing the final of their lives because their job is being a PSG player. And the objective for a PSG player is winning the Champions League. That's why they don't care about the league games. It's not that they are egoistic and don't care about the league games. It's because the manager, the club itself is built around winning the Champions League. So winning league and games doesn't mean anything for them. It doesn't qualify them for anything in their job. So we have to change how our objectives for a season. We have
True.
to be just to play as good football as possible. And if we win the Champions League, we win it. If you look at most teams that won the Champions League, It's not like in the beginning of the season they were like, all right, we're aiming for the Champions League. It's just they're aiming to be as
Day
good
by
as
day.
possible, as exactly day by day, week by week, month by month. And then suddenly they're on the semifinal and they're like, all right, let's go for it. Let's go for it.
True.
Real Madrid Pro versus Chelsea, they are here to compete and not here because Donnarumma alone.
No, they did their homework. That doesn't mean that they had better players. They did their homework, they studied, they knew exactly how to neutralize Chelsea's attack.
Yeah, but
Period.
top
They
general,
showed up.
it's if Donnarumma didn't make that mistake, Madrid wouldn't have been in the quarterfinals. They wouldn't really, because
Yeah.
that single mistake changed the whole game
Mm-hmm.
for a part at least. The biggest mistake was Push, but yeah, Madrid was just lucky. That's it, lucky.
Honestly, this is a blessing in disguise for us because now we
Yeah.
would have never experienced a good Eminem performance.
True.
We would have never gotten Neymar's goal scoring abilities back. Period. We look much better now. And honestly, I just want to have fun for the rest of the season. So
Yeah. Stat pad
That
for the
bad.
rest of the
please,
season.
if you're gonna win that title, just end it in style. Period.
True.
Yo, Princess, you got another question from Noah. Do you think Mbappe is protected by our fan base like Harry Kane?
Not really, because we did boo him in the beginning of the season.
Now the only
I
player in Europe that is protected is Kante. The only player. Kante.
he is
That's the only
protected.
player.
It's because he smiles.
Exactly. He smiles.
He's such a nice guy. You don't really want
Yeah.
to say anything, but he has been, inconsistent.
Pretty inconsistent indeed.
But
This
but but
season.
Right.
then how can you hate on Messi then? Because he only smiles and happy vibes with his family, with his kids.
It's sometimes people get disappointed for whatever reason it is, and sometimes people just don't say anything about it. They keep it
Yeah.
to themselves. But PSG fans decided to boo him along with Neymar, so everyone has his own uh, action of disappointment, I guess.
But the thing is that the ultras, if they don't feel, or fans in general, they're not afraid of expressing how they feel. So in this case, to answer the question, with Mbappe, if they feel that he has disrespected them in any way, they will express it. But they don't hate him. Like the booing doesn't mean that they really hate them. It just means that they think that they're not getting what they asked for. It's just a way of criticizing,
Yeah.
no matter how harsh it is. Agree or disagree with it. I don't think anyone is immune from criticism. We thought Marquinhos was immune from criticism. Honestly, I think he was the most. Him and Verratti are the most protected players
Yeah,
at
especially against
PSG.
that Madrid game, you would expect the ultras to boo him and
Yeah,
Kimpembe instead of
but
Messi
No,
and
they
Neymar.
give him a lot
no,
of
no,
grace. They give
But
him a
no,
lot
no,
of grace.
but AM10, that's the problem. Most people they don't know what the booing was for. The booing, it wasn't for the Real Madrid game.
For the sporting director.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Ah,
what the
yeah.
sporting director, what they have been going for is signing these superstar attackers and trying to win the Champions League, and it hasn't worked out. And they have tried to do everything, put out banners against Leonardo and all this stuff, and they were like, "All right, the only thing we have left is to boo their project, and that's Messi and Neymar." Neymar knows it. Neymar knows it because he has been booed before, but that was when he was trying to go to
But then
Barcelona.
again, if that's
This
the
time it
project,
was different.
why didn't we see the same with Wijnaldum, Hakimi?
They booed them too when they touched the ball against
Not the
Bordeaux.
same as they did with Messi and Neymar.
No, listen.
No, because they're expensive.
Hakimi, yes. Maybe sometimes he got booed, but of course, Wijnaldum didn't get booed. He never touched the ball. When are they going to boo
They
him?
booed him when he came off, and they subbed him out.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but
But
I think Neymar and Messi are expensive, and a lot of expectation is put on their shoulders. They expect them to do whatever they did today. They expected that the whole season, and again, it was the amount of booing shows their amount of disappointment towards them.
But it was
So
like,
you know what I mean?
how could it be
Yeah.
their fault if you're disappointed? It kind of comes up to the fact that you haven't done enough. But for the game against Madrid, it was not the project that lead up to the loss. It was the individual mistakes that resulted in the loss against Madrid. So in that case, you would expect it for those that have actually uh, underperformed to be booed. Because let's be honest, Parisiens has been pretty bad, no tactic whatsoever. But the Madrid game wasn't really tactic based. It was just individual errors, let's just say.
So
So in
I
that,
think this was just it was the ice, like the ice at the, or whatever the saying is, the tip of the iceberg. That was it. You know, it kind of opened the door to a whole bunch of anger, residual anger from like everything that's happened, all the failures of the past and all that. It's just people being fed up. It's
yeah,
not just specifically only the project, it's where the project is going and how it has or hasn't progressed. So, I don't know, it's kind of hard, it's hard to say. Um, like what okay, so the comment said Neymar got booed because he never, have Cavani's penalties, they just don't like him.
what do you mean?
No, I think that was actually because they liked Cavani, liked being, uh, passed. So, Cavani was just really, really loved. And so that was probably Cavani's moment to become the top scorer and all that stuff. And Neymar took the penalty. That was anger from that. I don't think they just simply don't like him. I think they're just disappointed.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like that sometimes with public figures. I just
Yeah,
didn't like the insults.
yeah, that's a problem indeed.
How many cups are there usually in France? Only one. It's the Trophée de Champion, which is the Super Cup, or the cup winner against the league winner, and then the Coupe de France. We before had the Coupe de la
Coupe de
Ligue,
la Ligue.
but it was discarded because it was just too many games for the clubs to play, especially for PSG, who were winning it every year, in and out.
That was
PSG
the
don't
nicest
understand
trophy. The trophy
Coupe
was
de la
nice for
Ligue.
Coupe de la Ligue. It pissed me off. That was a nice trophy. I
Yeah, and
liked
we could
it.
have become one of the first clubs to win a no, what's after quadruple?
You know,
Five
the what
duple?
what suits with
No,
us, what the top general dude says about 11 players that know how to play with each other. I'd agree with that to a certain extent. But if you look at Man City under Guardiola, it's a total different situation. They have 11 different superstars for each position, almost every position at least, but they still perform. So it's not always the players that lead up to the disappointing results, but also the tactics from the coach. Because yeah,
no, but I
I'd say the biggest
generally
problem for Manchester
agree.
Man is the coach.
Well, that's a huge part of it, but it is about players that fit, because not every player has to be, outstanding in whatever position he's playing. It's all about being compatible. A superstar can be compatible with other superstars in the case that you're saying. That's very much possible. And I think that happened when they brought Suarez to Barcelona. I thought that was like excessive. I was like, are you trying to make him a luxury signing? But
But you know
then
why
it
that
worked
worked?
out.
It worked
It
out
worked
because
though.
there was a tactic, there was a certain structure that was
Right.
expected from them. But you cannot quote something like this when there's no structure whatsoever. What is it? What is it?
Exactly.
The plan of the team? I haven't seen something useful what the team does as a collective. Nothing. So I think,
Yeah, it's all about intention.
but the
It's very
compatibility,
possible.
the basis
Yeah,
is the tactics that lead up to the way the players play with each other. But when there's nothing, you cannot expect something to grow within the collective team.
yeah, no, that's true too. Honestly, looking at this PSG team right now, we see a lot of world-class players, but the
Yeah,
fact of the matter is, there, like you said, there is no tactic. So they just look incompatible. Like they
yeah,
completely look like they're not even meant to be together. But then that first leg of Real Madrid, they looked like they fit like a glove. It's like, where has this been? Why haven't they been playing like this the whole time? What is missing every week? And yeah, it does boil down to sometimes the players and how motivated they are and the coach that motivates them, because I think sometimes they don't get motivated enough.
Yeah,
true.
I've said this. Every PSG game feels like the first game of the season.
Yeah,
It doesn't
it's
feel
actually
like
true.
that we have learned something from the last game, either weaknesses or strengths. It's like every game is the first game Messi and Mbappe and Neymar play with each other.
Yeah, true. It's actually true.
And that's because Pochettino doesn't do any homework. He doesn't look after a game and it's like, all right, we need to fix that. Maybe try three at the back, maybe this. No, he goes, I don't know, he drinks the whole week, forgets everything, and is like, all right, I'm the PSG manager now. What should I do?
It's actually true.
And I mean,
Yeah.
these comments, PSG have an unbalanced team. No, we don't have an imbalanced team. The only thing I would say, maybe we don't have that good of midfielders apart from
Midfield, of
Marco
course.
Verratti
Yeah,
and maybe Paredes.
Because
But
if you
it's
lack a
not
good
apart
an
from
midfield,
that,
unbalanced team.
if you have a bad midfield, a team could look pretty easily as an unbalanced team. So if you look at Paris Man, they have shit midfielders, Perez and Verratti, of course. So I understand why you say it's an unbalanced team, but it's not about the 11 players. It's about the 3 players that lack in the midfield that make it look unbalanced.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
and
continue.
there's no structure in the team, because when there's no structure, it's obvious that there's, to a certain extent, there's no balance within the team.
yeah. Every
So
game we won is purely because they know how to play in chaos enough to get away with not losing. I think they just
true.
adapted to not having any rules, some of them. And some of them who are system players like Wijnaldum and Herrera, who kind of, maybe not Herrera, but they kind of need some sort of structure. They can't
Mm,
survive in this. That's why they look awful.
mm.
Terrible need.
Got a comment here from 18 Ching. Do you think Nkunku would be a good signing?
Yeah, pretty good, maybe. I think so. I haven't really
I
seen
mean,
him, so I don't know. But I've heard
yeah,
he's
for
pretty
me,
good.
yeah, but for me, the price we would get him for, let's just buy a youngster, would be much cheaper. Let's try an academy product. Maybe Isaac from Sociedad. I don't know. Sometimes PSG go for players just for the name, and Kunku it's the same thing. Yes, he isn't a big name. It's mostly because he's a former Parisian who has been very good at Leipzig. Apart from that, why? There are much better options. It's like PSG only they find one option and then they're like, all right, we'll go for him. Nobody else. They don't look at every option and compare them price, age wise, and so on. I don't know.
True.
The board
Uh,
itself doesn't have any structure, so
yeah,
they don't have a plan when they are going for players. And Nkunku is far too into not his prime. He's not in his prime, but he's at a level where you cannot put him on the bench. You have to start him every single time. And I think he's past the point where we should be taking him back, because like you said, we do need youngsters. We do need someone who's not reached their peak yet, you know?
yeah.
Someone who's up and coming. It's too late for that with Nkunku, especially since he's probably worth 70 million. We sold him for 13 million. 13.
Big up Leonardo and that fat Spanish guy we had before. And you talked about the board, and Sudan's top general said it's not Posh's fault, it's the board's fault. You bring in a coach who used to play a 4-2-3-1 and 3-5-2 to coach a 4-3-3. They didn't look at the style of the coach. They looked, oh, he made the finals with Spurs, and I can also add they looked and said, oh, he's a former PSG player. I can agree with you on that. If you look from the top surface, yes. But the problem is no one has told him play a 4-3-3. No one. If he wants to play 4-2-3-1 or 3-5-2, do it. It suits PSG. The players who he has, it suits it. But he is the one that hasn't played it. It's not the board. It's not Nasser who has told him you have to play a 4-3-3. No, It's his delusional mind who has told him that.
I just read.
I think Poch keeps making his own mistakes. Sometimes we need to stop deflecting his issues on someone else. The board has its own problems, but Poch, man, he is not clean of anything.
Yeah.
Chouameni needed.
Oh,
I just read. Lionel Messi becomes the first player to record 2 hat-trick assists in a single league season. First one.
That's incredible.
It is.
one record down. One record down. Many
Now
more to come.
the 18th season record.
Nah, I mean, when the Barca rumors came out, I knew it was fake because Lionel Messi, he won't leave PSG until he does something great at it.
Sure.
People say, "Oh, Messi doesn't care that much about his career as Ronaldo." Yes, he does. He
He
just
does.
doesn't show it. He doesn't go on
To the gym and post on
stupid
Instagram.
interviews, yeah, and comments too jealous and factors and so on. He doesn't need to show that. He shows it on the field.
True.
Oh, you want to
You saw
talk
that-
about
You guys saw that
your
clip?
favorite player?
You guys
Which
saw the
clip?
clip of Ronaldo? Of
Oh,
Ronaldo
yeah.
crashing
Yeah.
someone's
Phone.
out of sand. It was a child, actually.
But I
Ronaldo.
thought it was a shin guard. I was like, oh, he's throwing a shin guard.
It wasn't, actually.
Yeah,
It
I
was a
can't
funny mention.
believe. No, that's messed up. Seriously. Mm-mm.
Come to PSG. Come to PSG.
Oh my god, I don't need any more drama like
can-
that, please.
He can destroy Wijnaldum's phone.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
he
no.
can.
Stuff we don't need.
I think we need one more hard man in the team. We have Kimpembe, but we need and Ramos, but we need someone else that's hard, a veteran, or a young player that's just aggressive.
You know who's good?
Who?
Who was it again? Todibo. That one. Beautiful knees. He's
I've
good.
never had a stream when you have not talked about Todibo.
I've always had to think because he's a former Barcelona player. He's just like he's a similar player to Araujo, but he's got more athleticism. He's more.
Yeah,
I don't know what he has. He's different, but at the same time he's similar to him. He's got the aggressiveness. He's got the passion. That's more, and he's fast. He's really
I mean,
fast.
what you're saying about Todibo comes to what I said before. It's the options. PSG have stopped looking at league and talents. Look at them. Saliba, Chumeni, Todibo, Guiri, all these players. Buy someone, get someone, because those players would want to come to PSG. They would want to upgrade.
But you have
Why
to
going-
get them at the right time.
Yet we're usually so late until
Right.
the player like Chumeni, who now his price has skyrocketed and he has so many other options. Like Favre as
Yeah,
well, who went to Lyon. I know a lot of
That
PSG
pissed
fans
me
wanted
off.
him.
We could have had him. We could have taken him. If he would
Was-
go to Lyon, why would he say no to us? Seriously.
Hmm.
He's an actual PSG fan. Why would he say no? That doesn't make any type of sense. And on top of that, yeah, like Chouameni is a little too late. Way too late. He probably might go to Real Madrid, in my opinion.
Another comment here. Realistically, best summer for PSG is Mbappe 1 or 2 year extension. Chumeni and Kunde. Coach maybe, but who's available? Being realistic, I don't see Zidane joining. His dream job is available in 6 months. Also, he's linked with. His links with Marseille. So, best summer for PSG. Yes, keeping Mbappe, at least for next season. A midfielder, Chumeni.
I'd say at least two midfielders, because when Paredes or Ferretti is injured or whatever, they need at least two to make it lead. You know, you always need the backup plan. It doesn't need to have the world class midfielder, but most of the midfielders in the top 5 leagues are better than Gaye and Wijnaldum. Should try to find at least an average one.
But that's where I think Michuc comes in.
That's what you.
You buy Tremeni, you play Tremeni, Paredes, Verratti, you switch between them. One of them gets injured or you want to substitute out, play Michuc. Give him those minutes. Because I really believe, from what I have seen, that's why I want him now to at least get some playing time. Start even some games until the end of the season. Because then for the next season, we're going to say, all right, do we really need two midfielders or only one? But
Yeah.
all hail to Pochettino.
Oh my
He
god.
still wants next
Ruining
season
our
to be a
future.
question mark. He still wants next season to be a question mark. I mean, oh, I mean, I wish I could meet him sometime. I have so many.
I
I have
hope you
Unfinished
don't.
business. Unfinished
no,
business.
no. I'm gonna hug him. Because he's
Figuratively,
a
of
real
course.
psychopath. Yeah, he's a real psychopath, and I have respect for him. No one has done this to PSG. No one has treated my club, and
He's done the
he really,
impossible.
yeah.
He
And
really
then he
has.
goes and smiles in the interviews like he has done nothing. He's like
Yeah,
a kid. He's like a kid. He does stupid stuff and then goes to interview, smiles, and says, "We did the best we could." Uh,
the opposite where team was good, and we had to rotate our squad
yeah.
and that bullshit.
Next time, next time, next time. Yeah. He, he
Yeah.
he really is a stepdad. Pochettino is a stepdad. He is. He doesn't care about the kids. He doesn't care about the team. He's just there for the wife or the money.
Oh my god. No, but if you give Michoud more than 6 minutes, you can tell that he can get really comfortable. Like you can already see it, and it's unfortunate because the lack of minutes really affects them, and it stunts their
Mm.
growth, and it sucks. I don't want to loan him out either.
But luckily, Michoud has a long contract. He will stay for PSG. He has until 2024, I believe.
Yeah, unless he forces a move.
No, no. He knows Pochettino is gonna leave. He will see a light. The other thing is Simons. If you want to extend him, he said, "I want playing time to show that I want to play."
He left him
Uh,
at home. Poch left Michoud at home by his own decision.
left him at home.
He's not even on the bench. He wasn't even an option today.
Michoud played. What are you on
Not
No,
about?
no,
Michoud, I'm talking about Simmons.
Simmons.
Oh,
He's talking about
Simmons.
Xavi.
Chami, Chami.
He really left him out of the squad. I was like, now this man is ruining our future.
But who's
Like,
better,
really?
Xavi, Simos, or Michut guy?
How the hell would we know? Are we talking about with the first team or like in
Yeah, with the
general?
first team. With the first team, who's better?
How would we know?
You barely haven't seen play, right?
Like
I don't
what we
know. I
only
don't know.
had the cup
We've
games.
seen them play separately. I'd say right now, Xavi Simos, but I haven't seen enough of Michut. I barely have seen him play. So
Why I'm so on Michoud is he is someone. I mean, we already have great attackers. That's why Simons is maybe below the table.
yeah, right. I
But
see.
Michoud would
You
come
need a
in
holding midfielder.
as our third best midfielder. And the best thing is, what is the thing that most of our midfielders lack? Ball control and passing. That's
Yeah,
what he
true.
has. Simons, we have great attackers. We have Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria. So he isn't that big compared to them. But Michoud, he would start in this team. Um, Michoud loves Paris. He's the only player I've seen kissing the badge this whole season. He wouldn't force a move. Yeah, I agree.
He'll force a loan
Liverpool.
though.
Oh, that's a good game actually. Tomorrow, that's a good game. I think.
Oh.
I think City's
Wait,
going to win 1-0.
wait, Princess, did you say he has forced a loan? Has he
He
done
would
that?
force a loan because he has, as towards the end, he asked to get a loan. I mean, the end of the
Season.
summer window, he asked to get a loan, and then of course it was
Oh, he didn't get
denied.
it.
No, he
Last
didn't get
season.
it. Last like before
2021.
the end. Yeah, before the beginning of this season, the last
So
week
when
of the
Messi and
transfer
so on
window.
signed.
Yeah, that time,
Right.
that period.
Mm.
I think it's going to be a pretty interesting game tomorrow. I think, I don't know. Those games are usually, they just don't score.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a draw.
I think I think it's going to be City 1-0 or something, maybe 2-1.
Mm.
I don't know. It might
Princess.
be a draw. I'm just excited. I just want to see. That does look like a
But
good game.
but do you think it
Title
will be
winning.
this heavyweight versus heavyweight, or will it be both teams don't want to lose, play non-risky
I think it's going
football?
to be the second one
No.
because looking at the attackers of both teams, they haven't been really that good. Diaz has been pretty good with Liverpool,
Mm.
but in both teams, it's mostly the midfielders that have played pretty good. Thiago for Liverpool, you've seen the midfielders. Bernardo Silva has played pretty good. So I think
Yeah.
it's more like a possession game than a real attacking wise game.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe. But I do see a draw happening, which would be unfortunate because that's a title deciding game.
I mean,
Probably, yeah.
you talked about this a lot of goals. That was the first time when they played 2-2 at Anfield. But this time it's much more on the stake, and none of those teams would want to lose the game.
Especially City
Mm.
because City is first right now in in the league. So I think City can take it easy, while Liverpool has to try to score, try to win the game. Because even if they draw, City remains the first. So the only thing they have to do
Yeah.
and should do is win the game.
Mm. He said, I think both teams will go all out. They're too good to play for a draw because both teams can win the remaining games. As you said, AM10. Well, maybe it will be like when City won 2-1, when Aguero scored, when
Oh
City
yeah,
won the
yeah.
league on like 1 point ahead. It's a very similar game, a bit later on in the season than that game, but I really don't know. I hope it's going to be a good game.
But still interesting games for Liverpool. They have Man United twice. They have
In the
Tottenham
league,
once. Yeah, after the game tomorrow, they still have two games against Man United and one game against Tottenham.
how can they have two league games
I
against
don't know. I
United?
understand. Yeah, it's weird.
Wait, what? Hold on.
It's one in
Why?
19th of April, and then the next one is 12th of. No, wait, actually, what? Oh, actually, no, never mind. It's a friendly game. This is 12th. No, it's only one
Oh,
Friendly
against.
game.
It's against one against Man United, and the other one against Tottenham. While City has pretty easy games. So even if Liverpool manage to win, they don't have it easy the following games.
Hmm. And City don't have any hard team.
That barely, not top 5 or top
good for
6.
them.
You think Chelsea can win the league?
No,
No,
it's too late for that conversation right now.
they're just
They're
bottling.
literally
They might
they're
have won
10
6,
points.
but still.
Yeah, they're 10 points behind Liverpool. It's too late. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Uh, After Mbappe and Messi leave, they're not gonna be here longer than 2 years. Do you think Calimundo would be starting games, or we will buy players again?
I think he
Uh,
could.
yeah, I mean Calimundo, Simons, Michut, but Sibo, you can all put them all in a group. And if you want the answer, it has all to do the direction PSG takes. Who is the manager that comes in? Who's the sporting director? If we get Zidane in, nah. If we get in a shitty sporting director, nah. But if we get in
Who's
someone that
Calmendo?
cares, but
Who's the dude?
he's a young player from the academy. He was loaned out last season to loan when he had a really good season. I mean, I think he had one of the best stats for under 21 player in Eurosubs 5 leagues. And then he was loaned out again this season to
Yeah.
loan again.
Same, yep.
I see.
But
Yeah.
I don't think he has been as good as last season.
He started off really good. I think he's still maintained his good stats, but it's been kind of quiet as of now.
Mm.
But I do try to check in every now and then to see him play and stuff. He's very talented. He just needs a little bit more, time to get
Yeah.
up there, and he's growing positively.
He also needs to get a bit bigger, with him being
Yeah.
small as well.
How tall is he
AM
actually?
maybe like 5'7".
Oh,
AM10, you got a question. Do you think Mbappe has PSG DNA, and is that why Cop of Boulogne love him?
it's a hard question. I don't know. What is the PSG DNA? I think he has to a certain extent, but I don't know. He's like a player that could fit different teams.
Very adaptable.
But if Paris Saint-Germain really want a good project, I think Mbappe should be the main focus for the coming years, because there's going to be a time where Neymar's gone, Messi's gone, so you need a good attacking three,
Yeah.
and Mbappe as the central focus of those three players is actually critical. So I say yes, and that's maybe the reason why. Who's that? Cob of Boulogne? Who's the dude?
I think
The
that's
ultras, it's the
like the
ultras.
The Ultras.
ultras. Yeah,
That's maybe
yeah,
the reason, because they know how important he can be for the future of the club.
yeah.
So yes,
And that,
probably.
yeah. Uh, Galtier would be a great coach, actually, but he's a Marseille man. First of all, the argument, he's a Marseille man. Stop it. I've never seen a
Everyone is a Marseille man.
manager. Yeah,
Zidane,
I've never
Galtier.
seen a manager not accept a good job because he supported their rivals when he was younger.
He
Yes,
played for them.
Zidane was a Barcelona fan, decided to play and coach Madrid. Same goes for Modric. Same goes for
In,
Iniesta, who actually
yeah,
loves
Yeah,
Iniesta,
Madrid.
Real
he
Madrid
was a Madrid
Academy.
fan.
Madrid fan.
What's the Spain manager?
Luis Enrique played for
Yeah,
Madrid,
Yeah.
then went to
went for
Barcelona.
Madrid. Stupid, but I mean, I think Ching, if you want to know anything about my opinion about Galtier and the Princess, we did a 2-hour video where we said that no one fits PSG apart from Galtier. So it's a great watch to watch that video, because we showed why Galtier in every box he ticks that he's the perfect man for the job. Raul was an
We
Atletico
literally
Madrid fan,
drooled
yeah.
over him.
Yeah, I mean, if Galtier saw that video, he really wants to come to PSG right now, because he is like, all right, they have seen the light. They have seen the light.
I don't think he would say no. Unless he's really committed to Nice and their
Now,
projects.
stop it, stop it, stop it.
You think he wouldn't be committed to Nice and their project?
No,
He's
no,
just
because
starting.
yes, but he has been committed to Saint-Étienne for so long, and at Lille for so long. He wants that step to a big club. He wants that step, and if the PSG chance come now, he's gonna take it, because imagine for how long Galtier has imagined and thought and dreamt about that PSG possibility. And if it comes, do you really think he was like, all right, no, I will manage Todibo and Guiri instead of Neymar and Messi?
Yeah.
Come on.
He would do
Exactly.
such a good job. He knows the league.
He's French.
Everything.
He's hard.
Yeah, that's also the problem. If you want to have a new coach, the coach he should have some knowledge about the league.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he's going to have to adapt, and that's going to take at least 1 year. I don't know how many
but
years.
that's the thing. Our leaders have always thought about the Champions League. Unai Emery had good repetition in Europa League. Pochettino came to the finals with Spurs. But Tuchel was good at Dortmund in the Champions League. They never look at someone in the league.
But
yes,
honestly,
Ligue haven't had the best managers.
Let's be honest, you guys.
But
It doesn't matter if you guys lose the Ligue 1 next year, as long as you win Champions League. You'd prefer
Are you
Champions
kidding
League.
me?
You
No,
prefer
no.
Champions League.
Last year the sky fell down. Like you would think that we would be tired of winning, But
So
really, last year was like it looked like all hell broke loose. They didn't know how to act. You had our players who are on the bench watching Lille matches to see if they lose or draw while we're playing. You had Nasser watching the game to see if Lille would draw points. Like we were acting crazy.
but
There was nothing normal.
do you prefer to win the Liga over the Champions League?
All
No,
right,
we were
listen,
look
I
at
have
this
a
game.
great answer. I have a great answer.
Mhm.
Aiming to win the league N will help us more winning the Champions League than aiming for the Champions League to win the league N. If we aim to win the league N as good as possible, the Champions League will be easier to reach than aiming for the Champions League. We have aimed for the Champions League for so many seasons. We have to stop that. Next season, we have to say, let's try to be as good as possible. I don't care about the Champions League. I don't care.
Honestly,
Because
I think it's the opposite actually, because when you aim for the Liga, the standards are way lower than when you aim for Champions
No,
League. When you play in Champions League,
you're not aiming for the
you're gonna have
Liga.
to play because
That,
Yeah, but
that's
so what requires more skill and more tactic, Champions League or Liga?
Ligue 1.
but okay. No, listen.
You think
It's
so?
not about
I'd say Champions League.
It's different because in Ligue 1 you have to be consistent. You have to read the teams.
Yeah, you have to be
In the
consistent.
cha-
That's I'll give it to
if
you.
you look at the Champions League, it's most of the games it's individual ability.
But it
That's
doesn't
why
have
we
to be
have
like that.
these
It doesn't have to be
players.
like that.
Yeah, look at Real Madrid. Both their latest wins against Chelsea and PSG. It's just Benzema doing everything.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
true.
Real playing good football.
So this is,
Whilst in the league, there it's more tactical.
but if you look at Man City as an example, Man City's main focus right now is not the Premier League, but the Champions League. And because of their focus, they've
No,
also been. No, they've been Champions League. Come on, Champions League is way
I
more
don't
important for
think
them to Liga.
right
You
now.
know
no,
how
no,
many
no, no,
how
no.
many leagues have they won for the past years? I think they've won
Might-
every one,
Maybe like
especially
three and
except for the
four
one
or
in
something.
2019.
Three
They've
and
lost.
four.
They've lost one against Liverpool. For the rest, they've
Yeah,
won leagues. So
lost
they got.
4 seasons, titles. Yeah, but they
So they've
still
got. They've
aim
got
for
one
that.
title, but it's not the highest aspiration that they have. It's the Champions League, and for the Champions League requires higher standards, in my opinion. You guys think it's Liga? For me, it's Champions League. So
No,
when you
I
when you
didn't
fo-
say it was
no,
Liga.
no, no.
That's
uh,
the thing. Look, it's all about being the best version of yourself, the best team you can be, regardless of what game you're playing. It could be Liga, it could be Coupe de France, it could be the Champions
Mm.
League. It doesn't matter. You just have to try your best and develop yourself to make sure that the team is coherent and is able to get the job done. Period. Once you find your best form, that's when you can compete with the best and try to see if you can come out on top. That's why it's called the Champions League. You have to master winning against the other teams domestically and see if you have what it takes to beat other champions. That's just what it is. How do you do that? By being the best. How do you be the best? By working on yourself and treating every opponent as the same thing.
no,
Doesn't matter.
I'm not saying to treat teams differently. I'm talking about prioritizing so you become more motivated. Because
Yeah, but I mean,
let's
we have done that
because
this
let's be honest.
season.
Let's be
Didn't we
honest.
do that?
The games,
Haven't
game.
we prioritized Champions League?
I think you guys have. I think this year, I think the way the Parisiens players have played, when you compare the Ligue 1 games with Champions League, during the Ligue 1 games, they seem to be careless. They don't give a fuck about whatever happens on the pitch as long as they perform in the Champions League. So I've got the feeling for different players, not solely one player. A lot of players have got this feeling this season that the Champions League was way more important than the Ligue 1.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is that the type of attitude that wins you the Champions League in the first place? Do you neglect your
the
league?
right attitude. The right attitude for me is to be as motivated for both, while also prioritizing the Champions League, to combine them at least. What I've seen this year is there's no neutrality regarding both leagues. It's Ligue 1, we don't care. Champions League, we all care.
Yeah, no,
But it's
that's
key
I
to find a
completely agree.
not a perfect balance, but more to the middle, not all the way to the right to the Champions League perspective, because that's what punishment has done this year until they lost the game against Madrid.
Yeah, I agree.
Finding this stable mind perspective, it doesn't have to be exactly stable, but just have to consider both titles. Could bring a lot more positive uh, consequences than when you have solely focus on one title or competition.
Uh, no, but like Elias here said, aiming to go undefeated in the league and would help a lot. It means zero mistakes because when we go into league end games, we're always going to, all right, let's try our best. But if we lose, it's not the worst thing. We have to go into those games with we can't lose. We can't let in any sloppy goal. We have to score every chance we get because if we have that mentality in 38 league games, it will help us in the Champions League games. Because what happens is we go into league end games and are like, all right, if we win, we're happy. If we lose, we don't care. We will probably win the league. And then when you go to a Champions League game, you have to change your mentality to all right, we need to win, we need to be focused.
Yeah, that's
that's what happens. Yeah, if we look at the Real Madrid game, that's what happened with the PSG players. They went from all right, it's a league game, let's go, let's do this, and then they were like, all right, it's like going from sober to taking ecstasy or something.
Yeah.
They're being drugged, and that's when you make mistakes like Marquinhos and Donnarumma because they're so in the moment. It's too much for them. They aren't used to that pressure because they aren't getting it in the most game. Because remember, you usually play about 5 times more games in the league than the Champions League. Yeah. So, and as Bruce Lee said, I'm not afraid of someone who can do 10,000 kicks in one day. I'm afraid of one person that can do one kick
in
10,000 days.
It's about all about consistency. The same mentality.
Exactly. And that's why what we don't get. We don't. People say, "Oh, Ligue 1 is so weak. PSG don't get used to playing against big sides." It's not about that. It's all about mentally. Because how do you think Bayern has won the Champions Leagues over the past seasons?
It's and Donnarumma,
even in Bundesliga games,
Donnarumma being so lackful in the mistake shows how what kind of mindset the Parisian has had for the past year.
Yeah.
There's no seriousness. It's just vibes and nothing more. So yeah, mindset. That's it.
100%. So, but how do you guys feel about having the rumors of there being like an outside psychologist coming in and to help with the mentality of the players?
The only player that would benefit from it, I think, is Neymar, from what I've seen and heard.
No. He is his own psychologic. He's his own therapist, because the amount of stuff he has gotten ever since 2012, ever since he left Santos, he's gotten so much pressure and so much hate because he's been the golden boy from Brazil. He has played at clubs as Barcelona and PSG, two of the biggest clubs in the world right now. He has been left to Puma, injured for so many times for PSG, in Brazil, in Barca, everything. So I don't think that who needs it. It's the younger players, and it's the players that have been at PSG for a long time but haven't won a big thing.
I think all of them need one. Seriously, I think all of them need one because I think some of those defeats really probably traumatized some of them because nobody does what Marquinhos did in that Real Madrid game without trauma. I believe to some extent Kimpembe as well. I don't think Verratti really needs any help, but sure, I'm sure it will benefit somehow. Neymar definitely does.
Verratti, I definitely needs it after their World Cup exit.
Does it really? Oh yeah. Oh, right now he definitely needs it because he got injured right after not qualifying.
That sucks.
Yeah, back to back with that Real Madrid loss. It's not a good time, but I think generally speaking, I think he's not the one with the most struggles mentally that I know of. I mean, how do we know? But I think Neymar could really benefit from some therapy. I think it's great. Also collectively, like if we just think about their collective mindset, not just individuals, that would be great.
Yeah, true.
Question here from Noah again for the panel. When did you guys support PSG? I supported PSG before QSE, but love you lot. Love you too, Noah. I supported PSG when Zlatan went to PSG because I really didn't support any club. I didn't even watch football, only my national teams maybe. And Zlatan was my favorite player. I had
Because
some
he was your
family.
countryman.
Yeah. And
That's all.
I mean, Zlatan, always loved him, mostly not for his footballing ability, but how he is as a man, because that's what I aim to be. Someone
Confidence
that
is key.
that does yeah that doesn't care about anyone, that came from nothing and became something. And yeah, so when he joined PSG, I was like, all right, let me choose this club, and it was very unique at the time because most people were either Barca, Real, or maybe a Prem team. I was like, all right, let me choose this PSG team. Yeah, that's my story. Princess.
Yeah, right around the same time as you, actually. Similar backstory, except for the country thing. I took pride in not supporting any team at all, which is a very strange thing in this game. Um, I pretty much was a floater. I watched whatever I wanted, and then one day I decided that I wanted to watch PSG, and I just stayed there. I realized it when I was more emotionally invested in the team
Mm,
than than I've ever been, really. Than I've ever been with any team.
yeah,
Period. Yeah.
and for AM10,
Well, the
as soon
question,
as Messi joined.
it's not necessarily that I support Paris Man. It's like if Paris Man loses, let's say they lose in the Ligue 1 to the to whatever Nice or something. It means that Messi is not going to win the title. So indirectly, I'm forced to support Man, but I don't really support them. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. You
So like,
support them for Messi's sake.
in order for Messi to succeed, Man has to succeed.
Hmm.
That's the case.
Indirect.
Indirect.
I mean, we have gotten a lot of people as you, so-called
True.
Messi fans, but sadly, not all of them are like you. A lot of them are blaming everyone possible apart from Messi for
Overreacting.
literally everything and overreacting. And I mean, even Messi criticized himself. That shows that, all right, if
Yeah.
he says it, we have to agree with that because he
True.
knows what he's doing. He's not putting up the expectations even he puts up for himself. So people saying, "Oh, this is the," no, but this has been a learning curve for Messi because he has been in that comfort zone for so long at Barca, came to a new club, new culture, new team. I mean, PSG is such a different team from Barca. Both big teams, but so different big teams.
It's also not even the sporting related. It's also if you look at he's lived in Barcelona for I don't know almost 20 years.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So it's a new language, new culture, new
Right.
city, new friends, and it's totally new. It's not like someone who's lived 3 years in Barcelona and then went directly to another city. We're talking about someone who's lived in a certain place for a long time
yeah,
and was surprisingly forced out of the club, out of the city, out of his friends, out of his family, into a whole new zone. So I'd
mm,
say it is understandable that it takes some time to adapt to it, sporting wise, but also uh, privately, in his own
yeah,
life.
Yeah, at such a late stage in his career, it's like undoing so many habits that he's built, that has
Yeah,
just been built onto him. But there's like a whole conspiracy theory about like how Messi left Barca and why he left Barca, and is it the excuse that they gave and all that stuff. I don't know. I just
yeah,
feel
it's pretty
I
shady
feel like
indeed.
there's something really weird happened there.
Well, that's actually pretty rumors. There's like some people saying that it was a plan. It was planned
Yeah.
already by Laporte. It was also said that PK gave the approval to Laporte about
Mhm.
letting Messi leave. It's pretty controversial because it was conflict due to his salary, due to the FPF or whatever
yeah.
salary thing. But what made it shady was players like PK. They lowered their salary until Messi left Barcelona for Paris Man.
Yeah.
So it makes you question, why didn't they do it earlier? Why did they propose this problem to his teammates in order to fix it so that Messi can stay? But they didn't.
Yeah, and Messi, I think even he said that Laporta and Barca knew that the contract they were going to offer Messi was going to be declined by the Spanish Federation. So why did
Yeah,
they even say to Messi, "All right, you're getting this new
false
contract"?
promises, indeed.
But honestly, I think even some PSG players knew months in advance, like more than they're willing to admit. Because you know that famous picture where they were in
Yeah, I've seen them
Ibiza, and
in Ibiza.
yeah, I think it was way before that because there were rumors of Messi coming 6 months in advance, towards the end of 2020 or 2020.
Yeah,
Neymar said that he'll play with Messi again, but he renews his contract with PSG, and then Messi magically ends up
Mm.
here. And now it makes me wonder, how far back did they know that this was going to happen?
I genuinely don't think he was planning to do it. Honestly, he was planning to do it in 2020 because that was the most obvious moment for him to leave.
Yeah,
But in the later season, Barcelona played pretty decent. On the Koeman, it was still shit, but
yeah.
it was not as bad as 2020s.
And I mean,
And also the
Messi
way
may,
he's
yeah,
never had a goodbye moment. So it made me think,
yeah,
why would Messi leave before even having the possibility to say goodbye to his fans, to everyone? I think he wouldn't do such thing to just leave randomly.
But then
yeah,
there's
and
always this talk about him coming back, like, oh, he'll be back and stuff. And it's
I
like,
think it's going
okay,
to be
now
pretty
what
hard.
other plan? No,
I
but
think due
what
to
plan are they trying to conjure up to take him back? Like what do they have in store? Because if they were able to successfully sneak him out, what would they do to
you
bring
mean
him
him
back
going
in?
back to Barcelona?
Yeah, because they keep
No,
talking about he'll be back.
no, such thing would only be possible if Messi ends up his career. So after 2 years at Paris Germain, then being a free agent, and then have the possibility to come back. But the biggest problem is his relationship with Laporta, which is pretty messed up because Messi feels betrayed, obviously.
yeah.
So yeah, the only reason why Messi could not, or maybe I'm not sure whether he comes back or not, is his relationship with Laporta. That's the only thing that's forming some barricade from going
But
back to Barcelona.
I think that with the stuff you have been saying, that Laporta manipulate the Barca fans and the people to believe that he was there to save Messi and make him stay at
It's
Barca when
politics,
he
right?
he really maybe did everything to let him go because I don't know, he didn't
Yeah, you,
want someone big. It's like the same thing with Leonardo, Princess. We have talked about at PSG when he let Thiago Silva and Cavani leave because he wanted to be the alpha, the main man, and he knew that Messi is always the main man.
true.
He's
That's
always
true,
the
actually.
alpha.
That's true. But the fun thing is, even Xavi right now, Xavi was never planning to go along with Laporte. He was running campaign with another president candidate called Font or whatever.
Yeah. Jose Font.
So it already shows his true colors of Laporte. It's just a businessman, politician, and politicians can be manipulative.
Hmm.
So he could have expected it.
Do you remember anything from his first stint as the Barca
No, not really. He,
president?
he brought Ronaldinho, Eto'o, Deco,
Zlatan?
Zlatan indeed, Henry. He had a good one. But I don't know. I think right now, the only reason why Barcelona is doing really good is because of Xavi and because of our sporting director. Not necessarily because of Laporte.
Yeah.
He's just someone who's right there for the cameras. What's up? Here I am. That's it. So, but I'm not sure if things would have changed or would have been different if it was someone else who was elected for the
Yeah.
for their role.
Mm.
We'll never know.
No. Does anyone want to add something before I end the stream?
I don't know.
No, I just hope we continue like this, even better if possible. If we can get better than 6-1.
You
Yo,
want to
6-1.
you want a double digit?
No,
Hell
no,
yeah.
no, no,
Brand new
no,
record.
no.
No.
When you said 6-1, I got some nice flashbacks.
Ah, yeah, I remember 2017.
Mm.
Neymar, man of the match performance.
Neymar scored the
How did
penalty in
how did
that
it
game.
actually feel?
He scored
How
the
did it
penalty.
actually feel
No, I mean, I was younger
back
at
then?
that time. I didn't go to school for like a week because I had told all my Barca fans before 4-0, 4-0, your shit.
Oh, you got the in the reverse card.
Yeah, so I didn't go to school.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I, I made a hole in the wall and
Excuse.
yeah. I mean, it's good memories. It's good memories. I can tell my children in the
But you know,
future.
actually, for us, it was that win was also the curse of the club
Yeah,
because after that we lost Neymar, we lost Rocket Suarez, Messi. We won. We lost 3-0 against Roma. We lost 4-0 against Liverpool at Anfield.
3-0
We
against
lost.
Juventus
We
the same
lost
season.
Juventus also actually. We lost 8-2 against Bayern,
That one's
and
awful.
it's awful. I knew the
Yo,
biggest problem was our defense. Eventually, PK and Longley. So yeah,
I honestly think that defeat or win, depending on who we're talking about, really, yeah, it just cursed us to no end. Not cursed, but like traumatized us because now we have a cracked mentality and Barca has a cracked budget. So that's just
yeah,
pretty much it. We
true.
broke each other's legs.
Wish things would have been different.
I honestly can't even imagine an alternative reality to that.
I don't know.
maybe maybe Suarez not diving.
Was he diving?
Yeah, he died.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, maybe it was a dive. You never know.
uh,
But
nah.
the goal after the goal of Cavani, I thought it was over. You know, there's
Yeah,
no
I
way
mean,
we're going to score six. There's
I
no way.
think that everyone thought that, but Unai Emery. I mean, if you hate Pochettino, Unai Emery, that guy was. I
More
mean,
bottle, you think?
he went to that game and said, "All right, don't worry, Barca won't score 4 or 6." That's why he said, "Just play. They won't score." He
And
didn't
Enrique
park
said
the
the opposite.
bus. Yeah, he said, "If they can score 4, we can score 6." I mean, that's the different mentality. But both clubs have come a long way and very different ways from that point on. I mean, Barcelona bottled a lot of times. PSG reached the Champions League final, and now it's PSG bottling and Barca reaching the Europa League final probably.
And we won 4-0 against Madrid. 4-0. And I swear to God, we could have won 7-0 the game.
I was so
It,
happy. I
it
was
was because of
so
Courtois.
happy when I saw that.
Was that
Oh,
you're happy, yeah?
Dude,
yeah, yeah,
Courtois
yeah, yeah.
saves them every
Yeah,
time.
Courtois really saved them, honestly. Was
No,
he
like
could have
every single time. He's like their last
their
their
angel.
last chance. Yeah, keeps
Yeah,
them
it
in the
is.
game.
True.
But when I saw that game, I was like, how the fuck did PSG lose
But
to this
look,
side? How?
Madrid looked awful the whole game. They looked completely lost. Maybe it was because of Benzema wasn't there. But even if Mbappe and Benzema was there, we would have won easily.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There was just
They maybe would have scored
they
maybe
were
one
like
or maybe 2 goals, but they would still have conceded.
it looked like they were in a maze, Madrid. Like in a maze. They didn't know where to go, what to do,
Yeah.
who to find. It's like and it surprised me that game actually. Because we started pretty fast with the goal. In the first half I think we scored twice. But I expected at least 3 more goals that game. Ferran Torres had lost one big chance. Aubameyang as well. A lot of chances missed.
All right. Princess and AM10. Very, 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 very delighted to have chatted with you for 1 minute 38. No, 1 hour
1 hour.
39 minutes and 2 seconds. Uh, yeah, I'm really tired. Pa, it was really nice talking to both of you. We had so many discussions. I mean, maybe sometimes we should do just a podcast, either live or not live, and just talk about football in general, like we did just now, about
Yeah, true.
Barca, about this, about Messi, about everything, because football is bigger than PSG.
That's true.
Mhm.
Fuck those.
We can have one podcast about Ronaldo. Take
Yeah, we
care,
should.
Elias. Take care. Yeah, I mean, Ronaldo is my favorite player of all time. Him and Wijnaldum and Choupo-Moting,
Wait,
my three
Moting.
goats.
The disaster class in the final.
In what
Oh,
final? Against Bayern.
Yeah.
no, he was
And
playing for the team. He
Mbappe
was.
had the disaster class.
Oh yeah, Mbappe actually. I saw him missing those chances twice actually. He missed two big chances that game.
I mean, that Champions League final was such a new thing for me. I had never supported a team in the Champions League final, and then we lost.
Yeah.
I never thought we were gonna get a final for another 5 years. It actually gave me unrealistic hope.
Yeah, because ever since then we're like, all right, we will definitely reach the final, and this time we may win it. Nope, lose
I
the round of
never
16
said
to a
that
shitty
though.
Real Madrid.
Who was the worst
No,
on the pitch that game? Who was the worst? The worst player? I cannot remember the game.
no one. I think that we played as
We
good
just
as
missed
possible. We
chances.
had some
Yeah,
chances. Yeah, it's
we
a
were
final.
outplayed.
It's
But I just
always
remember
small margins. It's always
Yeah.
small margins in a final.
True.
We were just outplayed. Kingsley Coman caught us off guard.
Yeah, Kerr.
Kerr, it was particularly Kerr, but
And
yeah,
imagine Verratti didn't even play. He came on in the 70th minute or something.
right.
So we
That
still
would have
had
changed things probably.
we had like Ander Herrera, Guy,
But look at these
and
names. Guy Herrera. Those are shit players.
yeah, but we
Actually,
had
Yeah,
a
it's
good
crap.
somehow
manager.
he
That's the
managed,
difference.
but he tried his levels best to fix our blind spots. We had look, we had Tilo Kerr as our left back.
Yeah,
Like,
Oh yeah.
come on now.
Instead of what's like?
We,
Yeah, also had some Dutch dude. Bucker.
Mitchell
no,
Bakker.
no, he
Bucker.
didn't play that season.
No,
We
but
had
Mitchell Bakker was there though.
He was shit,
Like,
wasn't
he was
he?
on the team.
Neymar was angry on him.
No,
I
he was
remember.
pissed against City. No,
Oh yeah,
but like
City. It was City actually. Yeah, right.
I think what it is that Bakker, he's just young, and he
Yeah.
hasn't really like tested himself, and we're not really
Big
that.
stage. Never actually.
Yeah,
No.
not at like Champions League level. You should not be starting him. That's
Yeah, I
for
understand.
sure. Though he looks much better now in for Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, Germany.
Yep.
True.
Oh, all right, come on, please. Let's stop fucking talking.
You gonna
I
sleep?
know.
You gonna sleep?
No, I'm going to the gym.
Stop it! No, you're not at this hour.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm getting a pump for Eminem today. They made me proud. I'm
You're
making
one
them
for
proud.
each goal.
But
Yeah,
what
yeah,
hour?
yeah.
What time do you eat? In Sweden
Oh, you mean with
for
me
fasting? Fasting, yeah.
I have about 2 hours and 30 minutes left to eat.
2 hours and 40. Oh,
I know.
we have, we
I
have
can
almost
eat
3
until
hours and
8.
30 minutes.
I can eat until 8 p.m. I start eating until 3
3.
a.m.
That's a difference. For me, it's still until 4. But you live in Sweden, so you fast more than me.
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
get less sun.
Yeah, more sun.
Yeah,
Or more sun. My bad. Yeah.
yeah.
What time is it
Oh,
there now? No, isn't it too late to be? What time
it's
is it?
nearly 1
1 a.m. almost.
1 a.m.
Shut up! You're not going to the gym.
He's joking.
Wait, yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
Alright. I can send it to you both on Twitter. We're not going to the gym. I can show you my pump as well, so you can be a bit jealous of me as well.
Too jealous.
No, I really need to go now because so I can come home and eat some food before I fast.
Okay. Well, talk to you later.
Very nice
Bye
talking to
bye.
you, Princess. Long time ago.
Yep. Yep. Have fun eating. Bye.
Bye.